Live breaking news, Nez Nation. It was just discovered today that they knew. They knew the entire time. They've known for way longer than any of us could imagine that this man, this vegetable in chief, Tombstone Biden, I almost, to be honest with you, feel really bad saying those kind of satirical, funny, whatever, made up names about him, because it's really just become a tragedy, because he is the representative of the United States of America. He represents us. He works for us. You know, he represents us to the world, to the globe, our credibility, our viability, our strength. And this is the result of probably the biggest cover-up, the biggest scandal that I can even remember in my lifetime, but maybe even in American history when it comes to lying to the American people and lying to the American public. President Biden's physician met with Parkinson's disease specialist in the White House. This is an exclusive breaking news that was broken by, full credit to the New York Post. A top Washington, D.C. neurologist had a meeting with President Biden's personal doctor at the White House earlier this year, visitor logs revealed. Dr. Kevin Cannard, a Parkinson's disease expert at Walter Reed Medical Center, met with Dr. Kevin O'Connor and two others at the White House Residence Clinic on January 17th. That is at the very beginning of 2024, according to records, which emerge as questions continue to swirl about the 81-year-old's president's mental health in the wake of this debate debacle. And then I don't know if you saw my video where I covered the entire interview with George Stephanopoulos on ABC, which was supposed to be this sort of, hey guys, I'm fine moment. It was exact opposite. You got to check that out. Dr. John E. Atwood, a cardiologist at Walter Reed, was also at the 5 p.m. meeting the White House visitor log show. I have an actual screenshot here of the visitor log. And what's really interesting about this is that the appointment was the 17th of January at 5 p.m. It didn't end until midnight. So we're looking at, a 7-hour a meeting here? What? I can't even imagine. I would give anything to be a fly in the wall in that appointment. What in God's name is going on? Till midnight, the wee hours of the morning? The fourth person has not been identified in the logs from that day when Biden was at the White House and hosted House and Senate leaders to press them for Ukraine funding. Remember, back in January, according to his official schedule, Cannard is an authority on Parkinson's who has worked at Walter Reed for nearly 20 years. Since 2012, he has served as the neurology specialist supporting the White House medical unit, according to his LinkedIn. His most recent paper was published in August of 2023 in the Journal of Parkinsonism and Related Disorders and focuses on the early stages. Wow, tell me that's not revealing. The early stages of the crippling disease. You seeing all the dots add up? And this isn't the most egregious. Stick around. I'm going to talk about what is the most egregious about all this. Since Biden's health is O'Connor's primary responsibility, it is highly probable the meeting was about the commander-in-chief, according to Representative Ronnie Jackson, the doctor for both the presidents Obama and Trump. This is what he said. Check this out. Exclusive. It's highly likely they were talking about Biden, Jackson told the Post. He should only be regularly treating the president and the first family. O'Connor has been Biden's official physician since he took office in January 2021 and is in daily contact with the president. His most important job every day is saying, "Good morning, President," just to get the commander-in-chief off on the right track, he told one trade publication in March. O'Connor gave Biden a clean bill of health at his annual physical in February. This physical included a neurological exam, which specifically ruled out Parkinson's, O'Connor said at the time. On Friday, the White House said Biden had a post-debate verbal check-in with O'Connor. What is this? You have to This is supposed to be the leader of the free world. This is supposed to be the most commanding, executorial, highest caliber of leadership that our country has to offer. And he needs a verbal check-in. You got to start with good morning, Mr. President. You got to tiptoe walk around eggshells to make sure he's cogent and coherent. What is going on with our country? Jackson, who has never treated Biden, claimed the president's doctor, along with the first family, is trying to cover up. What do you know? Trying to cover up the diminishing cognitive health, who on July 4th made several odd gaffes and misstatements at holiday festivities at the White House. You guys remember the video where I showed you, he said, ho, ho, ho. Almost, you can't even say awkward. You can't even say embarrassing. But just, it's like something out of the Matrix. It's something out of a supernatural, alternate universe where you have this guy greeting 4th of July participants with a Christmas greeting. What in God's name is happening here? I believe, this is so big right here, I believe he and Jill Biden have led the cover-up. Kevin O'Connor is like a son to Joe Biden. She loves him. It's crazy. Kevin O'Connor was in that job on day one of the Biden administration because they knew they could trust Kevin to say and do anything. That is huge. That is huge right here. This is really big. Oh my God. To say and do anything that needed to be said or done and cover up whatever needed to be covered up. He is part of the Biden family, Jackson said. I can't wait to hear your comments and see what you guys think of all this. Jackson has for years warned that Biden's mental health has been declining. After the disastrous June 27th debate, Jackson said it was evidence Biden was suffering from a cognitive disease and urged him to resign. Remember, this is a serious medical practitioner who specializes in early stages of Parkinson's. Dr. Rob Howard, a professor of old age psychiatry at the University College of London, this is huge, said that President Biden displayed many symptoms indicative of Parkinson's disease. If you guys remember, I mean, in every single video image, his hands being very stiff, him holding pens. He even held a pen in the Stephanopoulos. I highly recommend. I'll leave a link to that in the description and show notes. I'll also leave a link in the end card here coming up. But he was holding a pen in that interview. For what? Why was he holding a pen? The president's fluctuation in attention function, his facial experience, and his gait were all signs that something is amiss, said Howard, who has never examined Biden and added he was not offering a formal diagnosis. Now, we all know that that's kind of like you got to follow the protocol and procedure and processes, et cetera, et cetera. But any doctor worth their weight in gold can tell you it doesn't take long to decipher within 5 to 10 seconds with just a quick, based on their ethos, their credibility, their experience, based on just really even a surface or superficial diagnoses that they're able to ascertain what's happening. I'm not saying it's Parkinson's disease. I'm just pointing out that there are features to him that are consistent with Parkinson's disease, which is essentially him saying he has it. We're not stupid, okay? The American public is not stupid. We believe our eyes and ears, no matter how much the woke mafia media and his deranged family would try to tell us otherwise. Senator Roger Marshall from Kansas, who is a physician, said many in the medical community have suspected for several years. I mean, this is not months, this is not weeks, years, that the president might be suffering from Parkinson's disease. Sadly, over 500,000 Americans are afflicted by this progressive neurological condition. If the president of the United States is among them, the American people deserve to know before voting in November, he told the Post. Cantor and Atwood declined to comment. A wide variety of specialists from the Walter Reed system visit the White House complex to treat thousands of military personnel who work on the grounds, according to White House spokesman who refused to answer questions about who O'Connor, Cannard, and Atwood were meeting with. Here's what we know about the fallout from President Biden's debate when it comes to why there's so much pressure, why there is so much jittery nerves, as one pundit referred to it, amongst Democratic leadership. President Biden's poor performance in the first debate has left some Democrats unsure of his fitness and future as the party's candidate. A bunch of freaking weasel, hypocritical, vile lunkheads who've been lying to us and calling us crazy and conspiracy theorists for God knows how long. Former President Obama admitted that Biden had a bad debate, while his rival, former President Trump, suggested that he was in a trance and choked. Biden told a crowd at North Carolina a rally the day after that he doesn't debate as well as he used to, but insisted that he can still do his job. The New York Times editorial board called on the president to serve the country by dropping out of the race. I mean, they devour their own. They eat their own. An Atlanta Journal-Constitution published a similar editorial a day later. Biden gathered with his family to assess the campaign's future at Camp David, with his son Hunter reportedly pushing him to stay in the race. Family members questioned if the president's top advisors should be fired. Legendary journalist Carl Bernstein revealed, this is the guy who exposed Nixon, Woodward and Bernstein, if you don't remember, revealed that sources close to Biden have witnessed as many as 20 episodes of cognitive decline in the past year. To me, that sounds like a modest amount. Every single time this man wakes up, there's a cognitive decline. Representative Lloyd Doggett of Texas became the first House Democrat to call on Biden to drop out. Do you know what this means in this nation? Do you know what this implicates? They've known the entire time. All of this faction of, I call them the House of Cards, Frank Underwood, reprehensible band of swamp vermin. They have literally usurped House of Cards. They've proven that House of Cards is a work of nonfiction. They don't care about you. They don't care about me. They've been calling us crazy, calling us conspiracy theorists, misinformation, disinformation, etc., lying straight to our face, saying, don't believe your eyes, don't believe your ears. He's totally with it. He's sharp as a tack. He's probing. He can go 80 hours a week. They think we're stupid. They think we're dumb. And you know who thinks us, all of the American populace is dumber than a bag of rocks? You know who thinks we're dumber than dumb? Who's above all the rest of them? Who should literally be faced with criminal prosecution? Is cackling Kamala, who is the vice president of the United States, has been around him day in, day out for these past 4 years. He was experiencing cognitive decline. There was even questions when he was going to the 2020 election that maybe he's not fit for office mentally. Even she, in the debates in the primary back in 2020, even she was criticizing him for that type of subject matter and that type of mental decline. Kamala, you owe the American people a huge apology. You need to confess. You need to get the heck out of politics because you don't give a rat's ass about America. You are a power-hungry fiend, period. You have no qualifications. Nobody likes you. You have zero relatability. That ad that you did with that actress recently, hey girl, I'm on these streets. Did you guys see that? An absolute abomination. And now you want to try to execute a coup and get rid of Biden and be the front runner for the next president of the United States? Not on my watch. Not on anybody's watch. It ain't happening. You are the biggest fraud in political American history. Bigger than Joe Biden, bigger than Clinton's, bigger than Obama, bigger than Tombstone Vegetable in Chief. You're the biggest fraud ever. You are the mentor to Cash Money G, Fannie Willis. She's learned everything from you, how to be cutthroat, ruthless, self-absorbed, narcissistic, how to bend the rules, break the rules, violate the rules, twist the rules, gnarl the rules. You are absolute, wretched, lecherous despicable rock gut. That's who you are, Kamala Harris. They lied to us. We got to get our country back in November. You need to tap the thumbs up, not for vanity, because we need to push this video out and get it out to as many people as possible. I beg of you. It takes you a nanosecond and it is free. Let me know in the comments. I throw this back to you, Nez Nation. Let me know in the comments, what are your thoughts? What do you think of all of this? I really, really can't wait to hear from you. So let me know in the comments down below. If you made it this far, make sure you subscribe to our free newsletter. It's absolutely free, so you never miss out. It's in the pinned comment, show notes, and description. All you got to do is give us your best email. Click on that link, click on free newsletter, give us your best email, and that's it. Boom, you're in. We don't share your email. We don't spam. That's not the Nez Nation way. Highly, highly recommend. So you get everything conveniently to your inbox that mainstream media, the woke mafia media, won't cover. Check out these videos coming up on the screen. This is the video where I went through the entire interview with Biden. It is absolutely on fire. It is an amazing video. Watch this one first, then check out that one. Follow and subscribe down there. And as always, God bless you, and may God bless America. I'll see you soon.